What's going on, my people? Dog, Anti-Imperial the Chill. One name, three personalities. Dog, Anti-Imperial the Chill. Holler at me TikTok. Holler at me on TikTok at anti_imperial on TikTok at anti_imperial. All right, let's get right into it. We're talking about perfect tens. This is like part two. Perfect tens. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get right to it, my people. Let's get right to it. Perfect tens.
Improvement, definitely women.
Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
Tens across the board. 10, oh, period.
Okay, isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes. We were perfect. We just said
we
were
tens.
That doesn't. You didn't say that being on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect.
Woo! All right, you guys. Oh Lord, we starting off good on this one. Okay, so perfect tens. First of all, the first thing is that, and it seems like a lot of women are like this. Like women just feel like they're perfect, and it's interesting because I think the majority of that problem and where that comes from is not only in their mind that they're perfect, even though they're not perfect. You know what I mean? There's things they can do to improve themselves, improve their bodies, things like that, improve their money, improve whatever. But the problem is men, especially with social media, make these women think they're so much better than they actually are. Men make women feel like they're on a level so much higher than they actually are, because men want to fuck women so bad. Men want to have sex with women so bad that they go onto their social media pages and they're putting the heart eye emojis and they love them and all these hearts and things like that. And men do that to women who aren't even that pretty. So then you get mediocre women who are not really that pretty, who are like fives, fours, and fives and sixes. You get women like that look like that, and they think because of all the men that go into their DMs and go into their inboxes, all the women who are like fours or fives, they think they're like nines and tens because they get so much attention. But these women here are not perfect tens. Think about a perfect 10. Think about the most beautiful women you've ever seen. These three women are not the most beautiful women you've ever seen. They're not even in that category, even close. So women have this warped thing in their mind where they think they actually look better and their value is higher than they actually are and than it actually is. It's really crazy. And then you guys know I'm a sapiosexual, right? However you want to pronounce it, sapiosexual, depending on where you are in the world, they pronounce it differently. But I'm a sapiosexual in that what turns me on, what gets me sexually aroused, is a female's intelligence and intellectualism. For these women to say that, for him to ask on a scale from 1 to 10, what are you? Oh, we're tens. Oh, but you're not perfect. We didn't say we were perfect. You didn't say a 10 was perfect. It's a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being the best. 10 being the highest. 10 being perfection. This is the type of thing where if I was out with a female, I don't care how beautiful she was. She could be the most beautiful model in the world. If she says something like this, I would end the date immediately, because there'd be no reason to continue it. If a female is not smart and intelligent and intellectually astute, I have no interest in that female. I only fuck with intelligent females. If you are not intelligent, I have no conversation for you. Jesus Christ. This is ridiculous.
Improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
We said we were perfect. We just said
We
we
said
were
we're 10s.
That doesn't. You didn't say that being on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect.
Facts.
Well, what would be perfect then? On a scale of 1 to 10?
There is no perfect, really.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
Yes, 100%.
So then why would you admit that you're a 10, which is perfect?
Because
So look, and he said, why would you admit that you're a 10, which is perfect, which shows that he asked them the question also, and they said they were perfect 10s. Look at these women. Look at the one there. Like, is she a 10? Is she amongst the most beautiful women in the world? Which would be a perfect 10. Think about the most beautiful women on the entire globe. The most beautiful women on planet Earth. And you have now 4s and 5s saying they're 10s. You have women thinking they're amongst the most beautiful human women, the most beautiful human beings that are women on the face of the entire globe. You have 4s and 5s now thinking that they're like that, thinking that they're 10s, that they're amongst the most beautiful in existence. It's crazy. Women's view of themselves are so warped these days.
you should feel in your own way that you are perfect,
you
because that's
embrace
confidence.
that, because that's made.
Okay, you should feel that you're a good person. You should feel, but this is the thing. And when I say that women's views are warped, some of you all might be like, what about a man's view of themselves? No, men's views are not warped. Society, the world tells a man what he is. If you are fat, you are a man, and you're out of shape, you're overweight, you're fat, and you have no money, and you live at home in your parents' basement, society, the world tells you you're a piece of shit. And if you're fat, have no money, and you live in your mom's basement as a man, you're not getting any pussy. You're not getting any sex. No female will give you the time of day. The world tells you, hey, buddy, you're fat. You have no money. You have no home. You're a piece of shit. You're not a 10. And no man who is fat and out of shape with no money thinks of himself as a 10. Men are more realistic. But you'll have a woman who's fat and out of shape with no money, and she'll be like, I'm a 10. What? Like, how delusional are women? No, men are not delusional like women. Women are way more delusional. Men are way more realistic. If a man is fat and out of shape with no money, he knows a man is fat and out of shape with no money, he won't even bother to try to even talk to a female who's beautiful and a 9 or a 10. A man who's fat and out of shape with no money, when that 9 or 10 walks past him, he just looks at her and keeps walking. He's not even in his mind thinking he has a chance with that woman. Men are not delusional like women are. We know what we are. We know what we rank in the society. We know what we rank sexually in society. Women will have bad skin, pounds of makeup, fat, out of shape, no money, and be like, I'm a perfect 10. I'm a 10. What the fuck? Delusional, boy.
Manifesting that you are a 10.
12.
Isn't saying you're a 12 admitting there's no room for improvement?
Look at her. Look at her face. Does she look like a 12? Does she look like she is the most beautiful woman on the face of the earth. Just look at her. Look at her. A 12. She ranked herself a 12. Does she look amongst the most beautiful women on the face of the earth? Delusional, like I said, delusional.
Are perfect
you
because
should
that's
embrace
confidence.
that because that's manifesting that you are a 10.
12.
Isn't saying you're a 12 admitting there's no room for improvement?
Ooh, you got me.
No.
No, that doesn't.
No, because I mean, a universal scale.
You gotta
Yeah.
speak in the microphone.
Is it?
Universal scale, we're talking about like 20, right?
Right.
So like, there's always room for improvement. We just think high.
So here, she just makes up her own scale. He's giving them scales 1 to 10. She says 12, which would be the most beautiful woman in the face of the earth. And she's not the most beautiful woman on the face of the earth. So he gives them a scale 1 to 10. The other lady makes up her own scale and says, well, on the universal scale, it goes up to 20. Like I'm just going to change the rules. Like I'm not even going to answer the question. I'm not even going to answer the question that you asked. I'm just going to change the rules and make up my own question. I'm going to change. It's not a 10, it's a 20. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, you got me.
No.
No, that doesn't.
No, because I mean, a universal scale.
You gotta
Yeah.
speak in the microphone.
Is it?
Universal scale, we're talking about like 20, right?
Right.
So like, there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves,
Yeah.
but there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
Yes.
It just means that
The
there's always
room.
So he says, shouldn't you admit you're not perfect? Isn't the first step to improvement admitting you're not perfect? She says no. Like she's like, nah, I'm perfect. We're perfect. Look at those two. Perfect. Like perfection. Like the most beautiful women in the world. Perfection. No, we're perfect. No, we're perfect. She says she's a 12. On a scale from 1 to 10, a 12.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
Yes.
It just means that
The
there's always
room to grow.
I didn't say we're perfect. We just said we think highly of ourselves.
Okay, but how highly is too highly?
There's not a limit. There's not.
The new best way to make money online that nobody's talking about is something you've never heard of before. It's
Not a limit.
There's never
There's not a
never
limit.
too much.
You don't. There's not a level to where I think so highly of myself that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not there.
I think everybody should think highly
Yes.
of themselves.
You should too.
All the way
Yep.
on the outer
You
space.
should have the most confidence.
Okay,
high in the sky.
What is more attractive to you? Somebody that's down to earth and doesn't take themselves too seriously, or somebody who walks around and thinks they're all that?
Ooh, I like both. I mean, no, I would.
It's like a mixture of both.
It's like it is a mixture of both. You want someone who thinks highly of themselves, but
Also knows how to. Yeah.
Well, how can you be both? Aren't they?
Yeah, I agree with them on that. You want somebody with confidence, right? But you also want somebody with humility, you know. And women especially, right? So women want guys, you have to have confidence. Like women want guys with confidence, but you can't be conceited. You know what I mean? You still have to be humble in your confidence. So I agree with when the female said that, when she said that, I agree with her 100%. You have to be confident. You have to think highly of yourself. You have to be confident, but you still have to be humble. You can't be confident and an asshole, like a conceited asshole. You know, you have to be confident, but still humble. That's very, very true. Confident, but humble.
I like both. I mean, no, I would.
It's like a mixture of both.
It's like it is a mixture of both. You want someone who thinks highly of themselves, but
Also knows how to. Yeah.
Well, how can you be both? Aren't they a
It's
contradiction?
very possible.
Yeah,
Look
it
at that one. Like, I think highly of myself, and I'm hella goofy and
Yeah.
down to earth at the same time. And I'm single, so
But we know
So
that
so that's very true. Like it's good to think highly of yourself and to be humble and down to earth. It's very true. If you can find that mixture, you're a very attractive person. You're a very attractive person, man or woman. If you can find that perfect mixture, that perfect balance between confidence and humbleness, then you're a very good catch. If you can find that balance, you'll be a very, very good catch. All right, you guys. Hopefully you guys, this is part 2, perfect 10. We'll do a part 3 another time. You guys, I appreciate you. All right, take care. Have a great day, a great night, depending on where you are in the world. Old dog Anti-Imperial to chill. I don't know. Women are just kind of delusional sometimes. I don't know. I think men have to deal with reality in the way they look and their status in society a lot more. It's more, men have to deal with it a lot more in real time than women do, I think. But it's all good. Love y'all, man. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Have a great night, depending on where you are in the world. Check out the videos right there. Check out the videos right there, you all. I appreciate it, man. You guys have a great day. Have a wonderful day. Check out the videos. They're right there. They're right there. They're right there. You guys take care. Peace. Bye-bye.